What's up, YTPC? This is DSG Pipe Smoker with another pipe smoking video, and today I am doing a review of Crooner. Crooner, for those of you who don't know, is a Cornell and Diehls blend that consists of cubed burley and deer tongue. What the hell is deer tongue, you ask? Deer tongue, according to Wikipedia, is otherwise known as adder's tongue, dogtooth violet, serpent's tongue, amongst other names. It's a plant that comes from the eastern side of North America, so southern tip of Quebec all the way down to about Texas and Georgia. One interesting fact about it, it was once used to treat gout in the early to mid-19th century. It was also used for a bunch of other things. I will link the article down below. It is a Wikipedia article, so take that with a grain of salt if some of the information that I provided in the video is off. With that being said, let's get into the appearance and the aroma. Now, before I crack the tin open, I just want to say this about the aroma. I received this in a small plastic bag when I got it, and you could smell it through the box and through the plastic bag, the little plastic baggie. It smelled like mint, and it had kind of an herbally smell to it. In the jar, you definitely get that. And now it's got a little bit more of the herbally smell to it. It's about the best way I can describe it. It's a very odd smell. You can't really smell the cubed burley at all, but that's what the tobacco looks like. You can see the kind of the greenish hued tobacco, or not tobacco, but that's the deer tongue. We've also got the cubed burley, and we've also, since this is Cornell and Diehls, they are infamous for this, we have some tobaccos that are pressed, but not quite fully made into a nice little cut. It's a very rough, broken flake kind of cut. Those are few and far between. Most of the tobacco in here is, like I said, the cube cut with those flakes of the deer tongue. So with that out of the way, let's get into the smoking mechanics. I received this relatively dry. I don't know what it would be like if it were fresh. As far as I know, it comes in bulk. I think it might also come in a tin. It is available at smokingpipes.com. This tobacco is super easy to pack. I didn't have to use any packing methods whatsoever. Literally, all I did was gravity feed it. There is one caveat, though. You need to be careful how you gravity feed this. You want to leave about 1/8 of an inch on your pack, because the tobacco on this really expands. As soon as you hit a match to it or a lighter to it, as soon as it receives some kind of heat, the burley just lights up and it just expands to a whole new degree. If you fill your pipe all the way up with this tobacco, it will expand over the rim and you will get hot bits of tobacco that fall on the floor and could potentially light stuff on fire. Ask me how I know. But anyway, yeah, be a little bit careful when you're doing your false lights and your true lights, because it will expand and pack your pipe accordingly. That being said, pipe tool not required. Again, all you have to do is gravity feed this because of the nature of the cubed burley. With that being said, once you do get it lit, it burns very well, stays lit very well, burns at about an average pace. You do want to watch how you smoke this, though. I have noticed that if you overheat it, not only does the burley not taste all that great, but neither does the deer tongue. It's kind of a balance. You kind of gotta pace yourself a little bit with this. That being said, in a larger pipe, it will produce quite a bit of ash towards the middle and 2/3 down. The ash is a very fine, yet very thick towards the bottom. Light gray ash kind of color. Has a nice thick chewy smoke, no tongue bite. Nicotine hit, I would say, is about average to slightly higher than average. Not too bad though. You shouldn't have a problem with this if you're a lightweight. If you are a super lightweight though, just make sure you eat something with this. Heavyweights aren't going to notice this whatsoever. I consider myself to be pretty average when it comes to nicotine hit, so if I'm noticing it, it's about average. As far as the body and the strength goes, this is medium all around. This is medium strength, medium flavored, medium bodied, medium everything. It's just a nice solid medium blend all around, which is kind of nice. So with the mechanics out of the way, let's talk about pipe preferences. Now, Burley isn't too picky all on its own. Yes, there are some pipes that smoke it better. Usually you don't notice that big of a difference, even with some pipes that do smoke it better. It's just a little bit more of a nuttiness that you notice with the Burley. In addition to that, that being said, there is one caveat with this blend. The bigger the pipe you smoke it in, the more of the deer tongue you'll notice. The first pipe that I smoked this in was this pipe, and I don't remember what exact... I want to say this is an Eaton. I don't remember exactly which Missouri Meerschaum pipe this is, but this was the first pipe I smoked it out of. You can see it's got a very small bowl to it. I didn't taste any deer tongue in that pipe. I just tasted Burley. So, wasn't too discouraged from that. I tried it in other bowls. I tried it in other chambers. By and large, what I noticed was there wasn't any real change in the Burley. There was only really a change in how much of an influence the deer tongue had. That being said, in a pipe... Where'd I put it? I don't think I have my Nording pipe with me. Well, let's just say a pipe like this. Or a pipe like... This is my Savinelli 320, for those of you who are wondering. Or a pipe like this size. This is my Savory pot. Something about that size, you're going to start to notice the full impact of the deer tongue. That being said, that's about it. That's about the biggest size you'll start to notice a difference in. It's not like, you know, you smoke it in a huge pipe, like my Corsica Giant. Even in a pipe this big, there's not that big of a difference between this and a 320 in terms of the impact that the deer tongue has on the flavor profile overall. What I've noted, the only thing I've really noticed with it is you get a longer smoke. I mean, that's to be expected. Other than that, smoke's just fine, mechanics-wise, and like I said, by and large, for the most part, even with my Nording and my Corsica Giant, the bigger the pipe you smoke it in, the better, in terms of getting the most out of the deer tongue. That being said, if you are starting out on this tobacco and you want to taste the deer tongue, but you want to kind of baby step it, my recommendation would be a devil ant shape. Yes, I'm missing the stem on this because I'm in the middle of cleaning pipes. Or like this Missouri Meerschaum Devil Ants Bent Egg. Start out with something like this. Start out with something about that size, work your way up. That's what I would recommend. And then you'll find kind of what you like in terms of a good Burley to deer tongue ratio. With that being said, the Burley is a typical Burley flavor profile. Burley is very nutty in its flavor profile, especially in the forefront. Little bit of earthiness, some woodiness in the background. It's very faint though. Mostly what you get is the typical nuttiness of a Burley. That being said, the interesting thing is The deer tongue, obviously. The deer tongue doesn't have a consistency to it. It has one flavor or another. It doesn't really seem to matter what shape the chamber is, how big it is, other than obviously the bigger the chamber you smoke it in, for the most part, the more deer tongue you'll get. That being said, sometimes it's a very creamy, very very mellow kind of vanilla note. It's really, really nice. Sometimes it's a floral note, not like a vegetation kind of floral, but like a flowery kind of note, almost perfumey, but not quite. It's also got kind of this herbal note to it that occasionally makes its way in the pipe. I can't describe it any other way than that. It's it would be kind of like if you were to take a seasoning blend that had a whole bunch of herbs in it, and you remove the salt and the pepper that's in it, and that's sort of what it tastes like. That's about the best way I can describe it. But by and large, that's the flavor profile. With that being said, my conclusion on the tobacco is I actually kind of like it. I like it a lot. It's a nice change of pace. It's not something I smoke a lot, but I do like it, like I said, for the nice change of pace. If you're into burley and you're getting kind of used to the same old, this is a nice way to change things up. Again, you don't have to smoke a lot of the deer tongue and get that flavor profile in the burley tobacco too much, as long as you pick the appropriate pipe. So, that's been my review of Crooner. I hope you all enjoyed it. This has been DSG Pipe Smoker with another pipe smoking video. The next review I'm going to do... Sorry, my desk is cluttered. Here it is. Margate. It's an Esoterica blend that I received from Olberg, and that will be my next review. With that being said, this has been DSG Pipe Smoker with another pipe smoking video. You guys have a good day.